I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you here in this one eternal present moment. The title of this video is The Alchemy of the Soul. For those of you who may not be aware of what the purpose of alchemy is, the purpose of alchemy itself is to extract out the essence of a material, such as gold, for an example, that the alchemist used to work with, and other metals and plant materials. What alchemists were attempting to do was to extract out of the material its essential essence, its soul. Likewise, on the spiritual journey, the soul can undertake a similar alchemical process. So rather than working with materials that may be outside of oneself, such as an external substance, the alchemical lad becomes one's soul. And then in the process of doing this alchemy, the very essence of one's soul can be cultivated. And this is a process of spiritual alchemy. So rather than seeking some substance outside of yourself, outside of your being, what I would suggest, if you are interested in the process of alchemy, is to do the alchemy of the soul. So if this is something that you have interest in, then you need to have a basic understanding of what is it that you are working with. What are the materials of your soul to produce this vital alchemical substance? So first and foremost, we have to look at the three primary dimensions of our human experience. That being the physical body, the emotional, heart-spirit dimension, and of course, the mind dimension. Again, relate to each one of these as a functioning body, a functioning system. So just as you are aware that your physical body has various parts to it, such as the nervous system, the cardiovascular system, has all the various biochemicals, neurochemicals, hormonal compounds that make up the physical body. Likewise, the emotional body, which relates to the heart and the life force energy, is in itself a functioning organic system. And then the mind, with all the various thoughts, belief structures, belief systems, its inherent intelligence, is also another body and dimension of your soul. So it's these three primary dimensions that then become the alchemical materials in this process of the alchemy of the soul. So it is learning the art of how do you extract out the essence of your physical energy system, your emotional energy system, and your mental energy system. How do you combine all of these? Again, the alchemist would use, for an example, a crucible in which to extract out this, what they also refer to as the prima materica, the primal matter. So the cauldron in which this is made is again your actual body, your being. So we want to focus on one, as far as the physical body, developing its neuro, hormonal, biochemical substances. And this is done primarily through the right use of diet, herbs, supplements, etc. And then we want to cultivate the emotional body, which is done by working with the emotions and the feelings, and specifically related to the heart and its processes. And then we want to work with the mind in terms of bringing greater clarity to the mind, refining its understandings, its belief systems. And then as we cultivate each one of these in the cauldron of our being, we can extract out of and refine down this essential spiritual force, or this essential spiritual energy. And as this spiritual energy, that then really becomes the alchemy of the soul. But this has to be a process of refining, upgrading, harmonizing, balancing each of these three primary dimensions of physical, emotional, mental dimensions of ourselves. And then as you can cultivate these three into purifying, balancing, harmonizing, refining through cyclical ongoing processes, you continue to refine this substance, this essence of soul. And this is a literal energetic substance. It is not done through the imagination. It is not just or only a mental process. Mental thinking or positive thinking has very little functional use, which is the big drawback of so much New Age positive thinking. One example being the movie The Secret. These in and of themselves have some usefulness, but for the most part people look to these types of techniques and methods to be some eternal end in and of itself, which again, without the use of the physical biochemical dimension, the emotional feeling heart dimension, and the refinement of understanding, and the work on one's being and inner essence, there cannot be the generation of this alchemical substance of the soul. So if you are interested in this process of the alchemy of the soul, there is much that can be done if you are willing to undertake the journey in the process, in which, for me, I am sort of a master alchemist of the soul. And this is what I've spent the last 25 years of my life engaged in this process. And I can be of tremendous assistance if you would so like it. And then for more information, you can see my website and contact me if you are interested in further assistance. So that is it for now. Be present, be here, be aware. Yes.